would never want to compare ourselves with the person that, lives across the road.
It's not just a building, it's just a place of my life.
They can carry me out in a cardboard box when I'm done, but I love it here.
I'm very happy to live at World's End.
Honestly, I couldn't want to live anywhere else.
I've lived on the World's End estate since I was 11 years old. I started secondary school in Fulham, and I was previously living in Ladbroke Grove. I moved here from Ladbroke Grove because of a bereavement. My sister died at the age of 5, and my mother, a single mother, single parent, and we moved here as a way to recover from that. I remember, I have fond memories of growing up here as a child. There was places to play, everything was local, you didn't have to travel far. We had the beautiful King's Road that you could walk down of an evening or in the summertime and dream of one day buying those pair of shoes or whatever, or that driving in that car. And then you have the river where you could walk and just have peace. So the one thing that was quite special about this estate at that time, and I miss that, is that every door was individually coloured. There might be some similarities, but we all had a choice of what colour door we could have, and there were combinations of colours. You didn't have to have one colour. You could have a blue door with a red frame. I love World's End. I love World's End. I love the location, the architecture, and of course the people, because that makes it World's End. There are phrases that I often use because I believe them to be the case. That I feel that the world is at World's End. The architecture and the way that they have combined it with nature. So we have these hanging gardens, and then also these secret gardens, I call them, but they are sunken gardens, 2 sunken gardens on surrounded by the towers. They sort of catch you unawares. You're walking across and then you see how the towers frame the sky, and how the gardens and the green and then the brown or the red brick. It's very picturesque. When we say the word community, the word unity is here. With all our differences, when it comes to it, we pull together. I mean, obviously during COVID, there was more of that, helping each other out, shopping for each other. We know most of us have lived here a long time, and even when you're new to the place, when you move in as a new resident, you're brought in, you get to know those who know World's End, and you're drawn in. The church is St. John's Church, which is on the piazza. It's like my second home, place where people are welcome, all nations, tribes and tongues. The youth centre is an amazing facility. It has a recording studio, a large space for reclining playing pool and table tennis. It's got an amazing space for sports. It has the Pen across the way, art, an art room and so on. It's a great facility, but for a long while it was closed. Yeah, it's all changed. It was all sort of stopped. the first lockdown, I think everybody was, in my observation, and then perhaps me as well, that people were afraid because we had very little knowledge of what we were dealing with. You know, I think some people felt it was just like in the air, you know. We weren't sure of what we could do practically apart from what we were being told, so we stayed at home. But what was great about the World's End, and I think many people experienced this in their areas, because of the reduced and in fact limited or no traffic at all in the lockdown, the birds, you could hear that we have amazing birds that sing at you know, the morning, twilight and so on. I had a family of doves or some sort of cross between a pigeon and a dove, a bird that sat on a tree and ate at certain times of the day like clockwork. They'd come, take their fill and then fly off, and I haven't seen them since, and I hadn't seen them before, hadn't noticed them. You know, things like that we noticed, and yeah, it was lovely to hear the bird song. I and a very good friend of mine, a neighbour, sister neighbour, we decided that we were going to lead the clap at World's End, and we sent out flyers to say, meet, you know, 8:30, we're all going to be clapping. We might do a bit of a sing song, you know, here's the song, go online and look at the words so we can all sing along. And we did it. We were clapping every Thursday. We looked forward to it. It was brilliant. We saw our neighbours from across the balconies that we weren't able to see because of the lockdown. And we clapped and bashed our pots and pans till the handles broke. Yes, that's what happened. And we were singing. We sang, "We've Got the Whole World in His Hands." And we would sing that, at least I did, and my friends, and a few people joined. But yeah, my son had a laugh at that. That was a fun time. Yeah.
We would never want to compare ourselves with the person that, you know, lives across the road, who's got their Lamborghini and their big house, you know, and their family vacations every year.